Hi, I'm Chris Huff, and I'm the Community Services Educator, and I'm here to welcome you as an Animal Services volunteer. Today we're going to have a tour of the animal shelter. Many of your questions should be answered on the PowerPoint that you will view, but you need to have a tour so that you will know how things are done and where things are. So we're going to start here with the community room. The community room is a room that is used for training as well as meetings. And anytime you receive an email or a letter requesting a meeting for volunteers in the Animal Services Community Room, this will be the room that you will visit. Animal Service volunteers enter through the double doors in the very front of the Arlington Animal Service Center. To the left, you will find the community room, where the meetings and training will be held. Also to the left will be public restrooms as well as the water fountains. Everyone entering into the shelter must sign in. There's a sign-in sheet located here on the podium. All visitors must sign in. As a volunteer, part of your responsibility is to ask everyone entering into these doors to sign in. There's also a sheet that gives the rates for adoptions. This information can be given to the public so that they know what the rates are for adopting an animal. This volunteer binder should be used to document your hours, as well as any time you visit the shelter to do anything as far as volunteering, it should be logged into the volunteer binder. This kiosk is used by the public as well as volunteers. All of the animals that are in the shelter are located in this kiosk for viewing. The animal identification number is one of the most important things in the kiosk, as well as the picture of the animal. So you can go through the kiosk, find the animal you're looking for, take that individual back to the holding area, which we will view, and see if that animal is indeed theirs. This is the adoption mall. In the adoption mall, all the cats and dogs in this mall are available for adoption. The cats are located on the right and the dogs are located on the left. Each adoption mall, condo, and cage, they have an animal service card. This card gives all the information on each animal: the date it was picked up, the animal identification number, the description of the animal, and any other information that the shelter has regarding the animals in the shelter. These signs are placed on the outside of the condos and cages of animals that have been adopted. These signs are placed there so that staff as well as volunteers will know that the animals have been adopted. If they're not already altered, they stay overnight so that our veterinarian can alter them. This is the administration desk. The front desk is used for adoptions, reclaims, traps, rescues, volunteer applications. All of those things are done here at the front desk with the administrative staff. We also have an express lane. This express lane is used for individuals who are coming to pick up a city license, euthanasia payment. Rescue groups come through this express lane. Traps, turn in paperwork, and volunteer applications are all done through the express lane. If someone's here to adopt a pet or reclaim the pet, they have to go through either this line or the line furthest to the right. This is the admin area. The administration area is where staff work to answer phones, do adoptions and reclaims, and any customer service issues that needs to be addressed is addressed through the administrative area. This is the administrative work area. This area is used by staff as well as volunteers. Now let's visit animal receiving. This is animal receiving. This is where animals are dropped off by the public. They have to fill out a stray release form, an owner release form, or if someone needs to bring their sick animal here to be humanely euthanized, they also enter into this office. We always need volunteers in the animal receiving room. If you're working that area, this is one of the areas you'll be familiar with. Animals are held here until a space is available in the Animal Service Center for them. We are now in the Moritz Wellness Clinic. This clinic is used to spay, neuter animals, as well as our veterinarian is here to examine injured animals in the shelter, as well as ill animals in the shelter. This is the surgery room located here to the left. Moritz Wellness Clinic is used to spay and neuter shelter animals before they leave the shelter. This is the field investigator's office. The bite investigator, dangerous investigator, every bite that takes place in the city of Arlington is handled by the field investigator's office. The field investigator supervisor is in charge of the officers in the field. These are the vending machines. If you're here and you need a quick snack, a soda or chips, this is your vending machine located right next to your break room. This break room is used by volunteers as well as staff to take an hour break or just a 15-minute break. There's a refrigerator, a dishwasher, an oven, and a microwave. The Arlington Animal Service Center is recycling. So after you use cans or bottles or paper, please make sure you put those in the appropriate bin so we can recycle them. Directly across from the break room, you will find the staff and volunteer restrooms. There are lockers in these restrooms, but the rule is you must bring your own lock and you must take that lock when you leave. Also, the restrooms have showers. These showers are available for your use as well as staff. This is the office of our animal care coordinator in charge of the animals that are housed here at the shelter. So if you decide to work kennels, our animal care coordinator is the contact person if you have any questions. We're now headed to the sally port. This is where trucks come in to deliver animals to be held. Please check this door before entering into the sally port. The rule is the gates have to be closed when animals are being taken from the trucks. I would not want you to enter this area and a dangerous animal is being released from the truck to enter into the shelter. Okay, this is the laundry room. This is where all the washing and drying of the clothes and towels and blankets take place. As you can see, we really need help in this area. If this is an area you decide to volunteer, please get with one of the staff members to make sure you know how to operate this equipment. Do not try to operate this equipment unless you've been properly trained. Right next door to the laundry, we have the file room. This is where adoption and reclaim files are done, as well as donations. If you're asked to help with filing, it will probably be done from this room. Next to the file room, you will find the dry storage for food. All of the dog food and cat food and kitty litter is all stored in this room. We have big barrels near the cages and kennels, so you will rarely have to come here, but you need to know where it is. This is the code compliance office. All of the officers that work in the field work from this office. This is the door that enters into rabies quarantine area. All animals that have bitten or scratched someone, they are held in this area for 10 days. No volunteers are ever to enter this area. This door should remain locked at all times. We're now entering the animal holding area. If you're ever here and need to exit, you can exit through this door back to the lobby. Now we're entering dog holding. There will be 4 of these pods. Dogs are held here to be reclaimed, or they're held for 3 days if they have no identification, and they're held for 7 days if they've been altered, they have a microchip, they have a city license, or some type of identification to show that they have a possible owner. Each animal has a cage card, and this has the animal identification number on it. If an animal is reclaimed by the owner and you take this card to administration, please make sure you replace this card with a dirty card so that staff as well as other volunteers know that this cage is dirty. We never want to place a new dog entering into the shelter in a cage that's been used by another dog. This is the dog adoption room. Always, always sanitize your hands between interacting with one dog to the next or one cat to the next. This decreases disease in the shelter. Now we're entering a meet and greet room. This is where volunteers bring animals so that they can socialize with someone who's interested in adopting them. When you bring a dog into this room, one of the most important things is to make sure you return that dog to the exact cage it belongs in. This is used for cleaning the meet and greet rooms. If you're working meet and greet, be sure you use cleaner and sanitize your hands. This is the grooming tub. If you decide to volunteer as a groomer, there's always dogs that need a bath. So this is the bathing tub, as well as all of your grooming supplies. When helping to clean the kennels, this is one area that you will probably use. A staff member must train you before using this equipment. We're now leaving the dog holding area, and we're headed to dangerous animals, as well as the play yard where animals can be exercised. This is the area for dangerous dogs. Dogs are kept here until the owner has gone to court to determine if this dog should be deemed dangerous. This area should not be accessed by anyone other than staff. Volunteers are not allowed. This is the doggy exercise and play area. Volunteers are welcome to bring dogs out here that have an orange sticker on their cage card. Please be sure you clean up when out here. That means make sure the water bowls have water. Also, never take dogs out of this area. The alarm will sound if you exit that gate. This door is sometimes locked, so be sure to check. If it is locked and you have to place a cone here to prop it open while you take a dog out, be sure you remove that cone and this door is locked when you leave the play area. We're now entering the wildcat area. These cats have been trapped and impounded into the shelter. Never put your fingers in these cages. I don't care how sweet that kitty may look, never put your fingers there. Be sure when someone is looking for their lost cat, you bring them to this wildcat area as well as cat holding. These cats have been trapped. It does not mean that they don't have an owner. This room is where cats that are sick or cats that are delivering babies are held. It's cat isolation. This is cat quarantine. These are cats that have bitten or scratched someone. They're held for 10 days. Please never enter cat quarantine for any reason. This is the inner side of cat adoptions. This is the back of the cat adoption mall. Please always make sure you sanitize your hands when interacting with these cats. You can take these cats to the meet and greet area, but always sanitize between moving cats from one place to the next. Make sure you put the cat back in the appropriate cage. Take the cage card with you to the meet and greet area and hang it on the outside of the door so that staff and other volunteers know where that cat belongs. If you see a cat with this card or a dog with this card, it's been adopted. It's no longer available for adoption. Please don't remove these cats. This area is cat holding. These cats have been impounded or brought into the shelter. They are being held for 3 days if there's no identification, and 7 days if they've been altered, they have a microchip, they have a city license, or some type of identification to show they have a possible owner. Thank you, volunteers, so much for volunteering at the Arlington Animal Shelter. We need you here. Thanks again for sharing the tour with me, and if you have any questions at all, that's what I'm here for. Please call me at 817-459-6269. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful experience as an Arlington Animal Shelter volunteer.